Hey guys, welcome to the daily analysis for this wonderful Wednesday. Yesterday one of the things I talked about was whether this yen was going to crack lower or bounce from this 88.30 area, and turns out it did neither. So we're still sitting pretty much at the same point. Price actually where it is now is almost identical to where it closed yesterday at the daily bar. So obviously not a lot of definite movement, just some ranging back and forth and right back to where we were before. So I guess the question again is whether or not this yen is going to break up or break down, and that's what we'll discuss in today's daily analysis, along with a few other things, of course. All right, so let's move over to our news quickly before we get into that. All right, guys, and because tomorrow is Thursday, we have our unemployment claims. That is, typically the big announcement for Thursday, and really the only thing that I'm concerned with as far as tomorrow in the New York session. There is a London session announcement. That's German flash manufacturing for Euro, so certainly a red-tagged event there. But as far as the New York session kicks in, we have unemployment claims coming out at 8:30 like it always does, and the expected there is 359K. So if it's anything more or less than 359,000 by a big margin, we could certainly see some fluctuation in the U.S. dollar. U.S. dollar had a relatively strong day today, moved up against some of the currencies. Obviously, the CAD weakness really moved the USD CAD up quite a bit. So, the USD CAD is in a pretty neutral area, I would say, overall, which means it can really bend either way. So, pay attention to that announcement tomorrow, and then after that, it is pretty quiet. Okay, guys, and the terms basically just say that we're not registered or licensed to provide investment advice, and that any thing that you hear on the daily analysis is just purely my opinion. It's not to be taken as investment advice, and you're certainly not to be risking your money based on what we say. Okay, so if you need to read through that, please go ahead and pause the video and do that, and I will get back into our charts. Hey guys, quickly wanted to show you the euro dollar. Just wanted to cover this and get it out of the way because I don't have a lot to say, and I know that for the past 5 or 6 days I have not said much about it because it's still just kind of hanging in that area toward the top of the channel where I don't particularly see a great trading opportunity. So for me, the euro dollar is still a waiting game. Okay, now switch back over to that US yen. Alright guys, so again we have this level, it's right around 88.30. And price is building a pretty nice base. Obviously, there's still a lot of bullish momentum here. It's still moving pretty steeply, but the bearish reversal here, this 2-bar reversal, definitely did show a lot of impulse movement. So we'll see if we can get a strong bounce. If not, we could see some ranging, which would be unfortunate because the yen has moved so much. Hopefully, we'll get just a nice continuation move here, or even a break to the downside that would give us some trade opportunities. The only thing I'm really concerned with to make the US yen untradeable is if this area ends up turning into a range and we just move sideways from this point on, which would be a little frustrating because the yen has been such a great pair to trade. So we're in a decision area here. If it moves much further without making a move up or down, we'll kind of be in that raging state, which would be unfortunate. So that's US yen. Nice tail bar, looking like it does want to push up. But we'll see if we get any continuation tomorrow, especially with that U.S. unemployment claims announcement coming through. Alright guys, next we have the pound dollar, and you can see obviously still sitting the same place it was yesterday, so there's 3 bars in a row, pretty much sitting right in that 158.40 area, not making a lot of moves. So again, a bounce up, has a lot more profit potential because a bounce to the downside just leads us right to our next major level here. So let's see if the pound can gain some momentum. Obviously, bad news for the U.S. dollar tomorrow might push this thing a little higher and get us back into that upward movement. We'll see. That's one because there's so little movement right now. It's hard to make any strong predictions. So we'll see what happens with news. We'll see what happens with price action overnight here, and maybe find our bearings on pound dollar again tomorrow after the day has a little bit of room to push this thing. USD CAD made a nice move today. You can see that we had this little channeling here, but then the pop was pretty nice. Came pretty much all the way right up into parity here today. This is one where I had my target a few pips below parity and got my profit here. So I still definitely think that it could move up a little higher and test the next area, which is like 1037. That could be a potential target for it to continue upward to. But for now, I'm happy to get it up and take my profit where I got it. And now we'll see if this thing is going to act as kind of that psych level and push it back down, or if we're going to ride right back up to our major resistance area up a little bit above parity. That's kind of up in the air for me right now on USD CAD, which is why I chose to take that profit early instead of waiting for that little bit later target. Okay, Euro Pound was a pretty slow mover today as well, still sitting for the past 3 days in about the same area. And again, just kind of same old story. Like the pound dollar, like the US yen, we're just got to wait for some momentum to pick up. Wait for the bears to take over. Wait for the bulls to take over. Wait for some news. Wait for something and then try to catch it during its next move. Right now, it's very difficult, at least for me, to kind of make up my mind about any direction and take advantage of that with the way these bars are not really accomplishing any ground. So just another one where it's kind of a waiting game, and hopefully we'll be able to capture it pretty soon. Okay, to finish up here, I want to show you this Euro CAD. The CAD is one of the pairs, one of the currencies that was actually moving today. So a pair with a little bit of movement here is the Euro CAD. The Euro CAD was in a downtrend. We had this nice reversal here, and it's been pretty consistent since then. You can kind of see this little upward channel, or maybe even expanding channel that it's building here. So what I want to let you know is that here it looked like it might be reversing down before making a higher high, but afterward, as you can see today, we broke right through that, obviously breaking through this top. And so this thing is really continuing nicely on this upward trend. And for me, that means that we could very legitimately work our way up to like the 134.7 area, which is a pretty big level in the Euro CAD. And so maybe on the next pullback, if we get a nice pullback and a continuation, the Euro CAD would be a nice pair to jump on, look for a little bit higher target, and target up toward the 135 area. While a lot of other pairs are not moving, the Euro CAD you can see is swinging back and forth pretty nicely. So that is one I just want to make sure that I'm keeping an eye on and let you know to keep an eye on as well. Okay, guys, that's it for the analysis. Today, a little bit shorter analysis, I guess, because the market's not moving a whole lot. Hopefully, we'll get some good movement tomorrow. We'll have a little more to talk about, some more trade potential. But until then, be careful, trade wisely, and I'll talk to you guys soon.